I want an answer.
You told me.
Me?
On the windowsill, you left 4 infinitesimal pieces of ash from a particularly revolting kind of tobacco that you were known to use. The knife blade was sharpened by a left-handed man. You signed your name to the crime.
So that's what?
Exactly. Very careless.
Careless. It's criminal, I calls it. I ought to be shot.
Perhaps someday you will be. You can put your revolver away now, Watson.
Well, Holmes, you never know.
Where's Gavin?
Sit down, Kitty.
Where is he? You've got him into trouble. What have you done to him?
Take it easy, Kitty. Gavin's dead.
Dead? Oh, it ain't possible. Well, I was with him only 2 hours ago. You're trying to frighten me.
No, I'm not, Kitty.
It's you. You killed him. I warned him to stay away from you. I knew you'd do him in.
I had nothing to do with it, Kitty.
Well, who did then? Who did?
He was knifed on my doorstep. I'm sorry. I'm deeply in his debt. Before he died, he said one word. Christopher. You know what it means? I've got to know.
What's that to me?
You want to avenge Gavin's death, don't you?
I don't want nothing to do with it. No, with you. I never had any dealings with the police, and I won't start now.
I'm not asking this for myself. Our country, England, is at stake. Gavin was killed not by his own enemies, not even mine, but by the enemies of England.
So that's it.
Yes, Kitty. The Nazis killed him. Help me to find out what Christopher means, and I promise the man who murdered Gavin shall pay for it. Think, Kitty. The cutthroats of the world menace us all. You can help stop this savagery. Yes, you, Kitty. It would take the police weeks, months perhaps, to find out a certain piece of information we must have. That's not so with you and your friends. You know every nook and corner of London. Get them to help us. We need their help. Your friends will become an army. Do you understand? Secret, invisible, and mighty. And you will be at their head, Kitty. You will be their leader.
Grimes, do you know what Christopher means? Dugan, do you know? Dugan, listen to me.
I ain't got no time to listen to you, girlie.
But you gotta listen. Someone killed Gavin. I don't know who, but you gotta help me find out. All right, don't help me then. Cut your own throats, that's what you're doing. Help me or help the Nazis. Sure, the Nazis killed Gavin. They might be your friends protecting them the way you are. Don't you know that all the crimes they commit are being blamed on you? Well, they are, and I hope you're hanged for them. You can have it. As for me, I'm British, and I'm proud of it.
Nobody's gonna call me a Nazi and get away with it.
Well, help me then. Tell me what Christopher means.
Never heard of it.
Well, don't anybody know? It's gotta mean something. Well, speak up if you know what it is. Let's have it.
Don't mean a thing to me.
You're gonna creep in the corners all your life? You're gonna sneak away at the very sight of a man like this and show him what coward you are? What are you afraid of? I'm not asking this for myself. England's at stake. You're England as much as anyone else's. Got no time to think about whose side we're on. There's only one side, England. No matter how high or how low we are. You, and you. We're all on the same team. We've all got the same goal. Victory!
Now, what do you want to know?
London. But find out what Christopher means.
We'll find out, no fear about that.
Thank you, Kitty.
Well done, my dear.
Shaw speaking. Yes, Miss Grandis. That checks with my report. No, Miss Grandis. Sir Evan hasn't arrived yet. Yes, thank you. Miss Grandis reports that Holmes spent some time at the Air Ministry today. That checks with my information.
Last night a murder and a session in Limehouse. I wonder what the fellow...
He's here now.
I don't think I need to report on my activities, gentlemen. You must be fairly well informed.
We have our methods, Holmes.
It only remains for you to show what's been accomplished.
All in good time, Mr. Lloyd.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Sir Evan. What's the matter? You look pale.
Oh, it's nothing.
Barnum, your hand. Let's have a look at it, Barnum.
Oh, it's really nothing. Just an accident.
What sort of an accident?
Some fella took a shot at me, just as I was leaving the house.
Took a shot at you?
It's only a scratch.
Ugly thing to happen. Have you any idea who it was?
No, I haven't. He popped up out of the bushes, just as I was getting into my car. Fired once, then disappeared.
What do you make of it, Watson?
Bullet wound.
Congratulations.
This is a matter for the police.
Oh, no, please. I can never identify him. Let's forget it.
Captain Shaw.
People of Britain, greetings. Is it shock you need? Very well. We Nazis can produce them till Britain's proud head is in the dust where it belongs. People of London, look out of your windows. You will see your promised disaster written across the skies.
Lawford, turn out the lights, please.
Look to the East India Docks. Are you alert, number 20? Look, Britain, look, and wonder, and despair. We Nazis keep our promises.
There's a terrible fire in East End.
Concentration of men and supplies. American bombers, tanks, gone. Destroyed utterly. The flames are mounting, higher and higher and higher. Now the glare must be visible even to the short-sighted leaders of your bewildered government. Mark well the towering fires. They consume your new planes from America, your meager store of tanks, your puny munitions, and your food. Planes that were your only defense against our all-powerful Luftwaffe. Tanks and munitions that you prayed would hold against the magnificent 50-ton German land monsters, which will soon be crashing through your very houses. Food. Desperately needed morsels you...
Gentlemen, this is really a terrible setback.
How do they find out our secrets?
It's horrible, the way it's timed, the precision of it.
It's not so precise. Almost precise.
What do you mean? I should call it exact.
No. The fires actually broke out sometime before the voice called to his operative in London.
Joe, that's true.
And last time, the train disaster. Captain Shaw was on the telephone immediately, and Scotland Yard knew all about it. The derailment must have occurred at least 10 minutes earlier.
That's certainly possible.
Even so, what of it? No mystery, nothing supernatural, just split-second planning, that's all. Days, perhaps weeks in advance.
Very well figured out, Holmes. It gets us a step forward.
Now, gentlemen, let's take a step even further. I have charted here the tonal differences between actual and transcribed broadcasts. Using this test, I'm convinced that the voice of terror is undoubtedly recorded and played from a record.
What does that prove?
It proves that the voice of terror, the man himself, is not in Germany. He's here, in England.
Oh, that's impossible.
What are you telling us, Holmes?
It can't be. Our technicians insist the broadcasts originate in Zeisberg.
And so they do, from recordings flown to Zeisberg.
It's impossible, Holmes.
You can't expect anyone to believe that.
It can't be done.
Thanks to the Royal Air Force, I have some rather curious information. At irregular intervals, 6 Nazi bombing planes come over and drop their deadly cargoes on non-military objectives. A meadow or a sheepfold.
That's nonsense. The Nazis aren't fools. They don't waste ammunition.
Of course not.
Then what's the purpose?
To divert attention from the fact that a single plane breaks formation each time and disappears.
But why?
Gentlemen, that lone plane picks up plans, maps, secret military information, and the voice of terror's timed and recorded speech and flies them to Germany.
I can hardly believe it.
Sensational, if true.
It's incredible.
Fantastic.
Mr. Holmes,
Yes?
there's a person outside asking...
A lady?
Um,
Ask her to come in. Excuse me, gentlemen. Gentlemen, I must leave at once.
Where are you going?
That must remain a secret, even from this council.
I object to this, Mr. Holmes. You're here against my wishes. Since you are here, I demand to know what's being done.
As I've already told you, Mr. Lloyd, I shall report to this council at the proper time. And so, gentlemen, until we meet again, as I hope we will, take no unnecessary risks. We're all in grave danger. Come along, Watson.
Coming.
Stay. We're being followed.
Yes, I know. It's Lloyd.
Lloyd, how do you know?
He's so obvious about it. Good evening, Mr. Lloyd. You going our way?
I intend to find out what you're doing.
Even to the point of following me?
This is our business, you know, as well as yours.
All right. Come along. This is the place.
Seems deserted.
It's been deserted for years.
Not very securely locked.
Fortunate, isn't it?
Water.
It's the river. This is part of the old Christopher docks. Never heard of them?
Christopher? I say, Holmes, isn't that the word that
Quiet,
Gavin...
Watson.
Oh, sorry.
They're almost forgotten. They were built before Victoria.
Oh, red.
Good evening, gentlemen. I knew your curiosity would be your undoing, Mr. Holmes.
You were expecting me then?
Yes. I had hoped that the entire council might have come. It would have been a pleasure to deal with all of them, quietly and effectively. Eventually, they all will be taken care of. However, Mr. Lloyd is quite a catch and will have to suffice for the moment.
What do you intend to do with us?
Were it not that time is so pressing, we might first put you on trial.
On trial for what?
Crimes against the Third Reich. Misguided efforts to wreck our inevitable victory. Mr. Lloyd, your super-British patriotism, your blundering but sometimes effective intelligence efforts are well known. We have quite a score against you, which will be settled. Dr. Watson. A fair physician, no doubt, but of no consequence.
To our stupid British minds, every life is of consequence.
A quaint notion of an even quainter nation. We are not like that. We know that only the powerful are worthy of respect. Let our record speak for us.
Your record speaks. It's brilliant.
Thank you.
A brilliant record of rapacity, cruelty, torture, deceit, and murder.
Murder? Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Cold?
It is a little chilly in here.
I'm sorry you're uncomfortable.
My discomfort is of no consequence.
Your false courage is not impressive, Mr. Holmes. Of course you realize that you and your friends are going to die?
As all men must, sooner or later.
Not later. Now.
Good work, boys.
It's a pleasure, sir.
All right, then. Line them up there against the wall.
Come on, get back. Come on, get back.
He got away. Oh, most unfortunate. I blame myself severely.
I should think you might, Holmes. If you hadn't been so stupidly mysterious, allowed Scotland Yard to give you adequate protection, the man would never have escaped.
No, he never would. Most regrettable.
But...
Gesundheit.
Keep quiet. Hands off, you fool! Do you want to bring the whole force in here? So that was it, eh? Quite a haul.
It's mine.
Go ahead. Your friends, the police, are undoubtedly still out there. isn't a better hideout in all London.